guess I've decided to make these like a regular sort of.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
I guess I have decided to make these like a regular sort of event. So also, the chili lime tortilla chips at Trader Joe's are back, and hell yeah! I also got a vanilla almond spice chai latte. So we're gonna call this a tea talk. Okay, I think this is funny. So Quincy posted in a story today. He's like, vegan girls taste better. So that's an ode to Quincy being a pussy eater, which I appreciate quite a lot, and it just makes me like him more. God, Quincy, just stop. I've also finally figured out how to manage my Apple Music account, artist account. So I had trouble with that. So good. So today, I want to talk about having hella roommates, because lots of people are surprised all the time when they're like, do you live alone? And I'm like, yes. And then they just like sit there in shock. They're like, what? I don't know. Like, I really feel like there's like Kelly Stamps, there's me, there's the shit ton of Asian girls who all have YouTube channels who are living alone. There's Tariq, Tariq, that YouTuber. There's Kenya, but clearly there's like not enough examples of like black people who just live alone. Like, hello, we are adults with careers and jobs and assets or liabilities, whichever way. I was also watching, there's a new YouTube channel that I found. So this guy was interviewing the guy from the Soft White Underbelly channel, and they were walking down Skid Row. So this guy also makes, it's like a social commentary channel where he interviews like marginalized communities who are kind of like criminal communities. Like, he was in Compton, he was in this other like Latino gang community. Anyway, I'll link this channel below. But the one episode I was watching is about, it's called a Martinelli or something gang. So it's like a Latino gang in Southern California, and like the gang member who he was like, you know, interviewing, he was talking about how like, he actually explained some things that I had a lot of questions about. So he was talking about how sometimes it's not safe to just go out because people might attack you just for being out and being in a gang. You know, he also talked about sort of like culture and race wars. He talked about kind of the policing of women's bodies, how like women shouldn't be, you know, posting their bodies all online because, you know, one day they are going to get married and have children, and they don't want that image out for their children. And I feel like what women are trying to, in response to that, I feel like what women are trying to do is take back their power, because men like him, and I don't think he's coming from a negative place, like I don't think that he's a bad man, okay? I really feel like he has the best intention of what he's saying, but I also think that many of the women who are showing their bodies online are being rewarded for doing so, and they're being empowered for doing so, and those women need to feel empowerment, and it's a part of their own humanization, right? Like, this is what I've talked about before, where I continue to try to show, like, I have that other account and I'm gonna call it like my B-sides account, because I don't want people to feel like I am washed and pressed, right? Like, I don't want you to only see the good sides of my life. There are good sides of my life, though. This is where I feel like people got confused. People are thinking like, oh, there's only good and bad people, and all of the good people have all of the good things, and all of the bad people have all of the bad things. And if it's not clear, for every single person, good and bad things will happen. There are rich and poor people, and it has nothing to do with being good or bad. Poverty is like a state that some people are living in, and they do not have the ability to escape. Another thing that was just very interesting is just to see, like, in that, I watched 2 videos off of this guy's channel. One was about a Latino community, the other one was about a black community. And in both communities, people are talking about ownership and sort of like gang-related counterculture relative to an apartment complex that's like an affordable housing unit. This is where I feel like a lot of problems come in. I honestly feel like if you are black or Latino and you are low income, you need to go live in a white community. You need to go to the middle of America, go to an Oregon, go to a Utah. I know it feels really scary because you're going to be away from your family, but you need to be away from your family. Like, you have to integrate into white culture. You have to integrate into the mainstream, and you're not going to do it by continuing to live in impoverished neighborhoods. It's not going to happen. Like, you need to build allyship and recognizability with people who are not in your immediate household. This is why those movies like all the films and all the representation about like black and Latino people are all about these fucking interactions in apartment buildings and these weird jail-related social norms. I said this before, it's just very strange. Like, not all of us have that experience, you know what I'm saying? And all I'm saying is I have a very unique experience. I grew up in art school. Like, all I know is how to be artistic. Not autistic, artistic. Art. I know you guys have never seen a black art school person, but now you have. Me. So I express myself. When I feel anger, you're gonna see anger, okay? I might blow some shit up because I'm angry. And maybe you've never seen that with a black person, but now you have. I might dance or sing or draw or do theater or something. I don't know. That's probably what I would do to take out my anger or frustration or feelings. And fuck you, really. And how you feel about it, because it's not to try to make you comfortable. It's just not. I think I'm going to write a song about Quincy. I'm also going to write a song about Adrian. Why? It's not because I like him, because I don't. I'm going to write a song about how I don't like him as a human. I think he's an awful person. And I honestly feel like his inability to stand up and have dignity as a male in the society has stunted my growth as a woman. I think it's like honestly a real problem in the black community. There's a lot of black women, black females, black girls who could develop into something really, develop into women, into really productive women in society, but there are just not enough examples of men who just support them and see them as human. Instead, you're trying to dehumanize these women, especially black women, especially like brown-skinned or dark-skinned black women. You're trying to make us feel like we are less, or like we are your second choice in some way. And I've said this before, like, so many of you dusty-ass men are lucky to have any woman in your life at all. Even the fentanyl-addicted, like, white girl who's next to you, you are lucky to have her, because she should leave you. You don't even deserve her. This is to, like, the dusty white dudes. Like, yes, that woman who's next to you, the one who's, like, addicted to whatever drug or whatever, you're lucky to even have her. Like, she is worthy. that to the black guy who has just like the regular black girlfriend, you are lucky to have her. You don't deserve her. She's better than you. Straight up. And to everyone else from every other group, the same applies. The woman who you're with, you are lucky to have her. She is better than you. There's not another thing. I think that whatever journey these women need to go on in order to self-actualize and realize that they are worthy of respect and they are full humans with an ability to do whatever the fuck they want. I saw I didn't watch the video, but I saw like the caption or whatever, and it was like from Fresh and Fit, of course. So it was called she wants a relationship, but she's a bimbo or something, but she's a hoe, so she's a modern day bimbo. And it was just like, so clearly these men only find value in women who are virgin. They only find value in virginal women. So therefore, here's a note to all other women in society. If you have had sex with more than one person, these men do not value you. So that's why you should stay away from them. They find no value in your vagina. They find no value in your body. They don't see you as a human. They said it. They said you're a bimbo. A stupid bimbo who should probably go die. That's how they feel. And because they feel that way, you should ignore them and just move on with your life. You should say nothing. You should stop watching their content. You should really stop going on the fucking show. Right? Like, we all know all the people they're bringing on the show, they're just bringing you on to like broadcast you as a dummy. And it's not okay. It's like really sending the wrong message to the next generation of girls. You guys aren't making yourselves more popular on Instagram. Just go buy some more followers if that's what you want. And you know what? Kevin Samuels, in one of his videos, he said, to the people on OnlyFans, just realize once OnlyFans collapses, Subway is hiring. And I want to echo that sentiment because Subway's hiring right now, and I think many people, if you're watching my content right now and you don't already have a job, go get a job at Subway. That's a good start. Because you do need to do something where you're like working for a living. Everyone has to work for a living, and it's not funny to work. It's not like, it's admirable to have a job wherever you have it. That's a normal part of being an adult. Everyone has a job. Subway actually is hiring, along with McDonald's, Starbucks, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods. Everywhere is hiring. Go get a job, girl. Really. Don't feel bad about having a job, wherever it is. Those fucking loser guys on Fresh and Phony, like, their job is to talk shit about you and make you feel bad. That is their job. So if you keep showing up, all you're doing is putting money in their pockets. But if you stop showing up, then they no longer have a job. This is what I'm saying. The women who are out here trying to, like, you know, self-actualize and are trying to find themselves, these women are the crux of the joke for these men. And to be honest, they continue to think that there's going to be some magic princess who's going to come and see them for more than they are. No. They're putting themselves out there as pieces of shit. And do you know what we all think of them? We all think they're pieces of shit. Nobody is confused. Do you know who's the real bimbo? The one who's going to be on that guy's arm. She's a fucking bimbo. Those guys have like explained to us how they feel about women. Because it's not one type of women. This is the society in which we live. There was some other show, some other fucking podcast that comes up on my radar, right? It was this like really fat, ugly, like Joe looking dude. He was like black, maybe like a black biracial, but he's like super fat. He's like really ugly. And he gets on there complaining to these two girls. They look like they were like two white girls. Like one was pretty, the other one was kind of weird looking, but whatever. You know, so it's the two women, and they're trying to give him advice about getting on Tinder. Now, come on, bro. Like, this nigga, if he gets on Tinder, we know the stats. He's probably not going to match with, like, anybody. And these women were talking about, you're on Tinder. Oh, my God. That's going to lower your status. Are you fucking... He doesn't have a status. Like, these bitches are dumb. Like, I mean, these bitches are delusional in terms of the way that the world works. I don't know where they're pulling their stats from. They're probably stuck in their own matrix of bullshit. Like, I mean, it's clear they're on a podcast with this loser, but like, he's talking about some bad date that he went on or something that fucking happened to him. And it's just like, who is giving this loser any play at all? And why does he feel like he has any options? I'm just very confused. Like, this nigga is not like swatting women off with a stick. Like, who is he rejecting? Who? And I would love to talk to that woman and get her some therapy right now. Like, bro, why did you even give this nigga a chance in the first place? Like, I'm sorry, but he's like fat and ugly and broke and on this fucking podcast with those bimbos. Like, come on, nigga. Tinder is like the least of your problems. You got a lot of other shit that you need to like fix before you can get a Tinder profile. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, everybody is on here with the, I'm telling you, like, maybe I'll just like actually, I deleted the profile. I'll make another one. I will make a profile on one of these like dating apps or whatever, and I'll just show you. I mean, I feel like I fucking showed you guys, like, and it was like in 3 days. You know, in 3 days, I went to the same restaurant every single night on 3 different dates. So it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All 3 nights, I went to the same restaurant. The waitresses were looking at me like, this is nuts. This bitch has been dating all week. That was 1 week. That was the second week of the, or was it the third week of the Coffee Beats Bagel app? I don't know. I feel like people are delusional about the hierarchy of shit, and I just really hope, like, if you are a Habesha girl out here, I just really hope you see your place, because, like, you are at the top of the food chain, honey. It is a big world. And you can get any dude that you want. Any dude. I'm telling you right now. I heard Bill Gates is like remodeling a home in SoCal. I'm gonna put it out there right now. I bet you guys I'll be at that house. That by in like give me like a year and a half. I'll be there. Some of you guys are like, what the fuck? Like, he is no longer. He is single. I'm about to be right on Bill Gates' arms. Remember that? I'm gonna wear a shirt, the Beyonce quote shirt. I'm the Black Bill Gates in the making. I've got the Bill Gates in real life. Y'all gonna be like, what is she talking about? I said it. Remember all the other shit I said last year when I was sitting right over there? And now y'all see it happening? Well, let's just keep going with this. Also, don't be mad if I snatch Dorsey off that one girl's arm, because I have been eyeing him for a while. So I thought I saw him in person. When I was at dinner one night, I was like, bro, he just pulled up. That's what I was like, it's like, I think that's him. It could be. Anyhow, yeah, for now that's all I've got. This is short.